Today, we're diving into 6 incredible hidden Netflix gems. Movies that may have flown under your radar but are absolute must-watches. Whether you're into intense war dramas, psychological thrillers, or mind-bending mysteries, I've got something for you. Let's get started.
Man's pride was man's land. My wife, she wanted us to leave all this behind.
First up, we have 1922, another Stephen King adaptation that delivers a slow-burn, gothic horror experience. The film follows a farmer, played by Thomas Jane, who murders his wife in cold blood and soon finds himself haunted by guilt, supernatural events, and a descent into madness. This movie is all about atmosphere. It's haunting, eerie, and full of psychological tension. Thomas Jane gives a chilling performance, transforming into a man slowly unraveling as his crime eats away at him. The cinematography is stunning, capturing the bleakness of the rural landscape and the growing horror within the character's mind. If you love slow-burning, psychological horror films with an eerie atmosphere, 1922 is a perfect pick. It's a ghost story, but the real horror comes from the mind of its main character.
Are you playing?
Is this really what it takes these days?
We were happy once, weren't we?
Gerald? What? Gerald!
Now, if psychological horror is more your thing, Gerald's Game is one of Netflix's best hidden gems. Based on Stephen King's novel, this film follows a woman named Jessie, played by Carla Gugino, who finds herself handcuffed to a bed in a remote cabin after her husband dies unexpectedly. With no way to escape, she begins to battle her own mind, hallucinations, trauma, and a terrifying presence lurking in the shadows. Directed by horror mastermind Mike Flanagan, this movie is deeply unsettling. It's not just about survival, it's about confronting buried fears and past trauma. Carla Gugino gives an incredible performance, carrying the entire film with raw emotion and intensity. And trust me, there's one scene in this movie that will make you squirm. It's unforgettable. If you're looking for a horror movie that's more psychological than supernatural, Gerald's Game will keep you on the edge of your seat.
You're the first people I've seen. First people who are still people.
What's the count left on them?
46 hours, give or take.
All right, let's talk zombies, but not your typical zombie apocalypse. Cargo is a refreshingly emotional take on the genre, starring Martin Freeman as a father stranded in the Australian outback. Infected with a deadly virus, he has just 48 hours to find someone who will take care of his baby daughter before he turns into one of the undead. Unlike most zombie films that focus on gore and action, Cargo is all about survival, sacrifice, and human connection. Martin Freeman delivers a deeply moving performance, showing the desperation of a father willing to do anything to save his child. The film also incorporates Indigenous Australian culture, adding a unique and powerful layer to the story. If you love horror but want something with more depth and emotion, Cargo is an absolute must-watch. It proves that even in a world overrun by zombies, humanity and love still matter.
Everyone is an asshole. Sometimes I feel like I'm underneath a whirlpool. People treat each other.
Makes me so furious.
Now, if you're in the mood for something totally unique, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore is the film for you. This quirky crime thriller follows Ruth, played by Melanie Lynskey, who is fed up with life's everyday injustices. When her house gets robbed, she teams up with her eccentric neighbor, played by Elijah Wood, to track down the thieves. This movie is weird, darkly funny, and surprisingly heartfelt. It has a Coen Brothers vibe, blending dry humor with shocking violence. Melanie Lynskey is fantastic in the lead role, perfectly capturing the frustration of someone just trying to make sense of a chaotic world. Elijah Wood, as a nunchuck-wielding, metal-loving weirdo, is absolutely hilarious. If you're tired of predictable action movies and want something offbeat and unpredictable, I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore is a must-watch. It's violent, hilarious, and strangely relatable.
As a neutral country, we're the second wave of Irish soldiers to be sent into the Congo.
Next up, we have the Siege of Jadotville, a war drama based on an incredible true story. In 1961, a small group of Irish UN peacekeepers found themselves outnumbered and abandoned in the Congo, facing an army of mercenaries. Jamie Dornan Dornan stars as their leader, Commandant Pat Quinlan, who must strategize to keep his men alive. What sets this movie apart from your typical war film is its focus on strategy over brute force. The battle sequences are thrilling, but it's the tension, the sense of isolation, and the political betrayal that really elevate this film. Jamie Dornan delivers a strong performance, showing both the leadership and vulnerability of a man under extreme pressure. If you love war movies that go beyond explosions and gunfire, The Siege of Jadotville is an absolute must-watch. It's an inspiring story of bravery, loyalty, and resilience that history buffs will especially appreciate.
What is this thing doing here? What are you doing here? Who is responsible for this thing? Now, what are they calling you?
Beasts of No Nation, a gripping war drama directed by Kari Joji Fukunaga. This film takes us into the heart of an unnamed African country torn apart by war, as we follow a young boy named Agu, played by Abraham Ada. After losing his family, Agu is forced to become a child soldier under the command of a ruthless warlord, played masterfully by Idris Elba. What makes this film so unforgettable is its raw, unfiltered portrayal of war. The cinematography is stunning, balancing brutal realism with moments of haunting beauty. Idris Elba delivers one of his career-best performances, making the warlord both terrifying and strangely charismatic. The emotional weight of Agu's journey will stick with you long after the credits roll. If you're looking for a thought-provoking film that doesn't shy away from the horrors of war, Beasts of No Nation is a must-watch. But fair warning, this one is intense, so be prepared for an emotional roller coaster. So, there you have it. 6 incredible Netflix hidden gems that deserve a spot on your watch list. Let me know in the comments which one you'll be watching first. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more movie recommendations. See you next time!